all you need to become a better player. Myself, Jan Gustafsson, Magnus Carlsen himself has also done a ton of series. So if you become a premium member, you get all access to pretty much everything. And we'll talk more about that as the show goes on. But basically, it's a good idea. Use the hashtag, Jan, this is where I need to stay at home, I believe, for 40% off to become premium. So make
I believe you can even use it and then leave your house. I think those are the rules.
Hashtag stay at home, 40% discount. You'd be mad not to get it.
Let's also welcome the chat boys, as I like to call them. Of course, chat boys and girls is technically more correct. Peter, you're a Twitch expert. Everybody on Twitch is typing F. Is that good or bad?
That's normally not a very good sign. You're scaring me right now.
All right, just checking. Then, of course, I will be mainly reading the Chess24 chat, the good old Chess24 premium members, but there is also the Twitch chat open on our screen. And I'm reading some stream issues, but we're back. Beautiful to hear. So let's talk about the commentary team as well. It's going to be us. Then there is a bit of a joker where we don't know. Will he show up? Will he not show up? Is he feeling the match? It is none other than hashtag Thug Life, the legend, super grandmaster, arguably funniest chess player out there, Alexander Grishuk. And I genuinely have no idea if he will show up today, if he will show up at what time, if he will appear every day. We do not know, but it will be exciting to sweat the arrival of Mr. Grishuk every day. Peter, you're his friend. Do you have any inside information?
Oh, I very carefully chose not to ask him what his plans are for today, but today does sound like a day where he might become interested.
The agreement with him is he shows up whenever he thinks the match is interesting.
Yeah, and why would you not like these two matches today? So I think we should have a decent chance of having Sasha join our little show at some point. I don't know when though. He is a busy man.
Yeah, I guess he'll be also. I don't know, how will he feel, Peter, about not actually playing this event, because he's a bit of a rapid blitz specialist himself, isn't he? So,
well, I think he would have been a very, very nice addition to this field, but it's hard to choose. As you know, as they say, it's there's only 8 spots. Obviously, if we could make this field as large as we would like to, there's a number of people who could be on it, but who would he kick out to have Sasha in is the big question here. Even though I will say that for me as a friend and as a great admirer, absolutely zero sarcasm of his chess, I would have very much liked to see him play, and I think it would have been very, very interesting, because he is now just simply, if you look at the results, he is playing some of the best chess of his career, and he is a very, very strong rapid and blitz player, 3-time world champion in shorter time controls. One of the very few people with a record that can be mentioned in the same breath as Magnus is.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more. It's a crime Grishuk is not in this field, and that was also the script we had discussed before. Let's slam the players field and complain that Sasha is not in it, because I feel genuinely bad about it, and I feel bad about getting in touch with him to talk about this tournament. But he seems very thrilled if he considers the match to be interesting. So I'm very much looking forward to hear.
Maybe for the second edition, we could have sort of the guy who finishes last as an extra punishment, that he's not invited back, whoever that may be.
Yeah, introduce a little bit of a league format here. Yeah, with
get the guy relegated at the bottom.
yeah, get some relegation juices flowing as early as possible. Yeah.
Let's.
It might be a bit too late to work that into their contracts. I haven't seen their contracts, but if it's not in there yet, they might start complaining. But
well, as we say in the business, contracts, schmontracts.
Exactly.
You know. So, by the way, talking about contracts, I haven't done with, you know, they're going to start calling me GM Santa on stream because I haven't done yet with my presence. No. Because
hang on, did you say GM?
He did say GM, and I was about to. I'm now waiting for the punchline with bated breath.
No, there is no punchline. I'm a grandmaster in giving things, giving away pieces, giving away pawns, and giving away things like deals of the day. How about this for a deal of the day? The Magnus Carlsen Trainer app on Android and Apple will be free for the entire tournament. How about that?
That does sound enticing.
That's ridiculous. I mean,
Mr.
the app
Santa, sir,
is amazing. I use it. A lot of my students use it. You can train in various different ways. You just download it from your app store. And I highly suggest, given that it's free, say thank you, Grandmaster Santa. You're welcome. Go and get a free app by the world champion and his training course.
The Magnus Trainer app is good, but I would like to remind you that at least in Germany, it's a crime to pretend to have a title that you don't actually have. And it's punished very harshly. We get into these controversies often, maybe for people that are new to chess. Chess is a game played between two players. They have 16 pieces each, and then in the end, one wins, or it's a draw. The three highest titles in chess are Grandmaster, International Master, and then there is a thing called FIDE Master. And many of us have put in many hours sweating, social distancing to get the Grandmaster title. And some, like Lawrence, have reached the International Master title, which is also amazing, but not the Grandmaster title. And therefore, there's sometimes an outcry if these things get mixed up. Then there are other people like Peter, who's a world-class Grandmaster, to whom it's an insult to be called a chess Grandmaster, because that means he's like, you know, a peasant like myself, like the regular Grandmasters. So it's a very complex system.
It's very, yeah, I apologize for that. And I promise to use the assigned title from now on.
And we have been warned prior to this show starting that there might be some people watching this who perhaps have not watched many of our previous efforts. And for those of you who might be confused on the topic, I just want to issue a clarification that we do love Lawrence in our own special way, and the incessant bullying you will watch for the next 2 weeks is the outward expression of that love and nothing else.
Exactly.
Speak for yourself, please.
Well put. And you know what? If Magnus himself joins us for one of the days when he's not playing, he is the one who shows the most love. So just so we got that straight. And I tell you who else shows a bunch of love for us are the chat guys. I want to shout out especially, for example, to Mr. Aran Kumar B, who said Lawrence is probably the worst commentator in the history of chess, which I take as a compliment, because he didn't say in the history of the world, like history across all sports and disciplines. He narrowed it down to a tiny fraction of the market. So thank you, Aaron Kumar B. I love you too. And please.
And if in your drinking game you had Lawrence starts fighting with the chat before a move is played, then shot now.
Yeah, we should actually be devising some games for people to play in the knowledge that alcohol bad, but games of all sorts obviously good. So there should be some thought going into perhaps providing bingo cards for people starting from round 2. And I have already seen Mr. Dodgy in chat, so get on it. What are you doing here?
I agree. I'd be curious to see these bingo. Dodgy would actually be the perfect guy to devise quite funny bingo card for this as well. So hit us up, Dodgy, with your bingo card. Maybe we can even get that published somewhere. That would be good fun. All right, so we've got, well, a bit of an overview here of what's actually going on in the tournament. 8 players. They play effectively sort of the league games, and then we have the final 4, if you can imagine a kind of Champions League format. They are 4-game rapid matches, 15 minutes plus 10 seconds, and then we have Armageddon if there is a tie. No draw offers. This is not 1987 Chelyabinsk closed Grandmaster tournament. This is 2020, my friends. We don't do draws nowadays. We fight to the death. All rounds beginning at 4 o'clock Central European time. That's 10 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock British time, and it is 6 o'clock Moscow time. Is that right, Peter?
It is 5. There's only 1 hour difference between.
Oh, it's only 1 hour?
Yeah, for something, I guess, to do with the summertime or
we haven't adjusted yet. Okay.
And I would like to apologize unreservedly, once again, staying on brand and apologizing for the first time before the first move has been made. I want to apologize to Dodgy because he has already published a bingo card, so you're all invited to check out Dodgy's Twitter for the bare essentials that you will need to watch this beautiful, beautiful event in its entirety.
That's exciting.
Don't use bear in connection with Mr. Dodgy, or he'll be encouraged for more horrible panda tweets.
Yeah. So we've got, what, 2-3 minutes to go?
We don't know. It's the first round, so you never know when it actually starts. This is new for everybody. Of course, the players will be